it's so good to catch up with you and learn more about what Imperas is seeing. Imperas is a company who makes friends across the community. How important are partnerships to Imperas?
Hi, Callista. It's great to see you again. We're a small company, and the partnerships are very important to us, as they are to most companies. We look at partnerships in different ways. We have partnerships with the IP processor providers, the Sci-Fives, the Andes, Codasip, MIPS, NSI Techs in Japan. And so supporting those processor IP vendors, very important. Also, as we have some tools for verification, we're supporting different EDA companies that are working with customers that are building their own RISC-V cores. And so partnerships with Cadence, Mentors, Synopsys, Brecker, and also with some test generation companies like Valtrix. And then we work with just the general community, and in particular organizations like Open Hardware, as well as the university community. So there's quite a bit in terms of partnerships, and we just try and focus on the things that are important and that we can add value.
It's all about collaboration, and partnerships really sound central to your strategy, and it sounds like you're friends with everyone.
Well, yes, we are, but it is central to the strategy. As a small company, the more we can partner with people, the larger of a footprint we can have. So it has been actually something that is central to our strategy.
Well, and speaking of footprints, there are more and more folks jumping into the RISC-V arena here, right? So what are some of the indicators that Imperas is seeing on the traction and the momentum of RISC-V in the mainstream semiconductor space?
Well, I think there's some really interesting moves here. Just in the RISC-V community itself, we're seeing the interest in automotive. We're seeing ISO 26262 certification for Andes, for Sci-Fi, for MIPS, for NSI Techs. We're seeing other companies working on their certification, but we're also seeing companies that are starting to license RISC-V, like Renesas has made some announcements, and they're in automotive. In addition to Renesas, in the top semiconductor companies, of course, we've had Intel, we've had Qualcomm, we've recently added Marvell as a customer. So we're seeing these mainstream semiconductor companies starting to adopt RISC-V and not just doing test chips, not just doing proof of concept, but actually doing real SoCs based on RISC-V.
That's tremendous, and it sounds like you're participating in a lot of that. So dare I ask, what's new for Imperas this year?
We are participating in a lot. We have friends everywhere. We've been talking about that. But new for Imperas, we've been really working on our RISC-V, Imperas DV processor verification product line. And the newest thing in that is the functional coverage capabilities that we have. So we have functional coverage verification IP, because when you're doing processor verification, you need to have metrics. You need to be able to say, maybe not I'm done, because you're never done with verification, but how far have I gotten? So functional coverage is the big thing that we've done. And then adding to those partnerships, we made an announcement with MIPS just yesterday. A couple of weeks ago, I think, was with Ventana Micro. And so we're just continuing to make friends and increase the number of partnerships and the collaboration that we have.
That's fantastic, and it's a great testament to kind of how far small companies like Imperas can grow and build with RISC-V. So
it's been a great experience working with RISC-V. We've been going back over our history there. It's 6 years now of participating in the RISC-V community. 6 years since our first RISC-V processor model. 5 years since our first paying customer. 4 years since somebody taped out a RISC-V based SoC using Imperas as the reference model for DV. So we've been just racking up these milestones. RISC-V has been great for Imperas, no doubt about it.
Wow. Well, thank you, Larry. I look forward to continuing to be your friend going forward.
Thanks, Callista. Of course, always a friend.